Good morning, good morning. Just checking that my sound is good. Just a few minutes before we start. Get ourselves organised. Good morning. Ooh, made myself a coffee this morning. I usually have soy, so it's a little bit new to me. Just a few more moments before we begin. Isn't it cold today? It'll be cold for the rest of the week, I think. Okay, let's begin. I think we've just hit 11, or maybe 30 seconds left, but I'm pretty sure we can start. Welcome to our nice, gentle hip opening flow for you today. Nothing too crazy. I've really dialed it back to simple but really yummy flow. So you can modify or take it down a notch however you like. Your practice, as I always say every single week, your practice, your body, do what feels good for you. I do suggest beginning in Supta Baddha Konasana, so laying down on the back, soles of the feet together, knees wide. If that doesn't feel good for you, feel free to just take anything that you're drawn towards. If we are beginning in Supta Baddha Konasana, as I said, that's the pose that I recommend, just to gently open the hips to start with. You can either have it quite strong, so heels closer towards the body, or heels a little bit further away, allowing this beautiful diamond shape in the legs. Let's all just take a full breath in, full breath out. Sometimes that first connection of breath just really opens up the shoulder blades for me and finds that softness. Hands can fall whichever way they choose. Palms face down to the sky, one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Your variation. And allow yourself to feel in tune with the breath. In tune with the body. Let the mind come to this moment. Check in with yourself a little bit here. How are you feeling today? How have you felt this week? I think the longer we stay in this isolation, the easier I find it to adjust. For myself, I went through that crazy wave of ups and downs and really excited, then really overwhelmed, and anxiety got the best of me, and I just didn't know what was going on. But for the last week, probably since I was last time here, I've kind of just settled. There's been no ups and downs. There's just been this clear path of familiarity almost, that we are just here in this moment, that this is now, not forever. But for now, let's just embrace it. We don't get this time to relax into this home life that we've built ourselves. I mean, really, what were we working towards if we couldn't take some time to truly appreciate what we've got, which Mother Nature has just really pushed us into that direction. So take a moment for the mind to arrive here, into that space of clearing, of softness, of knowing that this isn't all bad. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is something familiar about being here every week, connecting to one another through our passion that is yoga. Yeah, just find a little bit of beauty in that. Stay for a full breath in through the nose, opening the mouth to let it go. Now just channel that breath. Allow it to deepen. Allow it to soften. Allow yourself to connect breath to the body. Trying to find a statement that I found the other day that just really connected with me. And for some reason, it seems to have disappeared. Can you notice the breath lengthening? Clearing any negative energy. Take another full breath in through the nose. Another breath out of the mouth. One more just like that. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out of the mouth. Begin to loosen off the shape, taking the legs nice and long. Maybe you want to sway the knees from side to side. Really finding a little more softness in the hips. If you're taking the legs long, bring the arms overhead, stretch through the entire body, reaching for opposite ends of the room. Wake yourself up. Draw the knees in towards the chest, enveloping yourself into a big squeeze. It's one of my favourites to do every single class. Just giving ourselves a big hug. If you're isolating on your own, then you've been craving a hug, really embrace this right now. Push ego aside of what you may think you look like or how it feels, and just cuddle yourself. Take another full breath in through the nose. Really sigh it out, let it go. Happy baby is where we land. Taking a deep bend into the knees, elbows to the inside of the knees and taking hold of the soles of the feet. Really allow the shoulder blades to stay connected to the earth. The tailbone tries to lower down. So the whole spine is connected to the mat. The knees are pulling towards the armpits. And we're playing this slight tug of war between the feet. It might feel quite tight to start with, but channel your breath. Do what feels good for you. Take a deep bend in one knee and then the other. I was just rolling my ankles clockwise and anti-clockwise, so you can also do that if that feels good for you. Another full breath in through. On the breath out, release the left leg nice and long and bring the left hand to the left hip. So we're in this one-sided happy baby. We're still pulling the right knee down towards the armpit. There's still this tug of war. Stay for a breath in. And on the breath out, arms come to a T and we drop the knee over towards the left-hand side, finding our supine twist. Slight twist of the spine to begin. Not here for too many moments, just another round of breath. Happy baby once again. It should feel really nice. Take another full breath in. On the breath out, release the right leg nice and long, right hand to right hip, and we're still drawing the left knee down towards the left armpit. Take another full breath in. Arms to a T, release the left knee towards the right side, finding our supine twist. An added extra of your back cracks throughout this. One more round of breath. Back to center. No happy baby this time, but taking our figure four, grounding the left foot, bringing the right ankle to the top of the left knee. Draw the top toes back towards the shin. Now place your right hand on your right thigh and gently just push, allowing the hips to square off, finding a little stretch here. This might be where you stay, that's absolutely fine. If that feels good for you, stay there. If not, take a bend, lift the bottom foot off the floor and take hold of the back of the thigh or the shin. Finding your stretch here. It might be really lovely to just keep the right hand on the right knee, opening through the hip. Now I usually take a twist here, but today we're not going to. We're just finding that stretch in our figure four shape. Connecting to our breath. Channeling energy through the body. Last breath in. Release the feet. Right foot plants, left ankle to the top of the right knee. The top toes pulled back towards the shin. Left hand to the left knee or the thigh to square off the hips to find our stretch. Again, this might be where you stay, which actually feels so good, so juicy. But if you'd like to deepen the stretch, remember to thread the needle. And then you can always bring that left hand back to the left knee or thigh just to find your depth in the shape. Last full breath in. Release the shape on the breath out and take hold of the back of the thighs and rock and roll as many times as feels good for you. Over to a tabletop position. That's where we'll land. Hands stacked directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You can tuck or untuck the toes, your choice. Belly button to the spine. Inhale to dip the belly, chest shines forward for cow pose. Exhale to push through the hands, finding a cat pose. joining them together with breath. Moving your way. I think I said this last class, but if you're going to do any stretch each day, I just think cat and cows the go-to. Just feels so good. If you've got any variations of the shape, feel free to take that now, whether it's circular motions at the hips, bring the hips down to the foot. Your choice. It might even be the wrists where you can turn the fingertips towards you. It's one that I don't do often enough. The forearms and my wrists are so tight, so it kind of puts me off doing it, even though that means I should do it more. I'm just going to pop my heat on a little bit because it's so cold. Keep moving with breath. Take one more full breath in. Stay for your breath out. Returning to a neutral spine. Belly button to the back body. We tuck the toes. And as we push through the hands, finding our downward dog, the heels beginning to draw to the earth, whether that's simply energetically or if you have the length in the hamstrings to do that, but pedal out the legs. The elbow creases begin to draw forward, so the armpits roll under, finding space in the shoulder blades. As we push through the hands, we lengthen through the spine. The tailbone reaches high to the sky. Taking any variations of your down dog. Deep bend in the knees. Might feel really lovely. Take as long as you like here. Connect with your breath. Connect with your body. Taking a full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Look towards the hands, deep bend in the knees, coming high onto the tippy toes. And then take a slow stroll to the top of the mat. The feet plant to hip distance apart. Take hold of opposite elbows. Ragdoll. There can be a real deep bend in the knees here, guys. You don't need to try and force them to be straight. The chin tucks so the head's nice and heavy, and you can sway from side to side or simply find stillness. Take one more full round of breath. Inhale for a halfway lift, fingertips to the shins, Ardha Uttanasana. The shoulders roll back away from the hips. We're in this L shape from the earth. Exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale for a halfway lift once again, the shoulders away from the ears, the belly button to the spine. Fold forward. Round through all four corners of the feet and slowly, while keeping the chin tucked, stack the spine so we stand nice and tall. The head being the last to lift and lengthen. The arms come overhead, palms tucked, fine length, beautiful. Hands draw down to heart center. We hinge at the hips to fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold forward, plant the hands, step back to high plank. Pause here for just 2 full rounds of breath. Option to drop the knees if you like to. But really engage the belly. The heels towards the back of the room, the crown of the head towards the front. Take 1 more full breath in. Full breath out to lower the knees, untuck the toes. The tailbone points down towards the earth and the weight cinches forward so the fingertips will catch on the mat. Hook the elbows in so they graze the side body as the chest and the chin lowers down. So our butt's still nice and high in the air. Shuffling forward, sliding the knees back. Hands to the outside of the mat on the fingertips. Inhale to lift the chest for cobra. Exhale to lower. Grounding through the tops of the feet. Squeeze the butt on, chest lifts. Breath out to lower. 2 more. Lift the chest. Last one. Inhale to squeeze and lift the chest. Exhale to lower. Hands underneath the shoulders. Pushing through the hands, slide back to Vinyasa, child pose. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Bring onto the fingertips. Let's activate our child pose. The weight's drawing down to the heels. There's length in the spine. And the arms are active. Imagine we've got cupcakes or muffins underneath the hands and we really don't want to destroy the icing. I feel like cupcakes is not what I should be thinking about when we're in isolation because I'm guaranteed to make them. And I've got no one to share them with, so I'll eat the whole batch of 12. Anyway, I digress there. Take a full breath in. Downward dog on the breath out from the toes. Find your down dog. Deep bend in the knees. Look towards the halfway lift when we arrive. Fold forward. Breath out. Rise, stand tall. Hands meet overhead. Squeeze the butt on, mini back bend. Hands through heart center. Hinge at the hips, folding forward. Take a halfway lift. Ground the hands, step back, high plank. Take a full breath in the knees and tuck the toes. Tailbone down, weight forward. Elbows raise the ribs as we lower our chest and our chin. The butt's still nice and high. Sliding the knees back, chest lifts for cobra. Squeeze the butt on. Lower. One more time, inhale to lift the chest, lift the hands, baby cobra. Exhale to lower, child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees wide. Take a full breath in through the nose. Downward dog on our breath out. Beautiful, let's take a full fluid flow. Now look towards the hands, make your way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift when we arrive, take a breath in. Fold forward, breath out. Stand tall, rise, palms touch. Mini back bend, hinging at the hips, fold. Halfway lift. Round the hands, step back, high plank. Now your flow variation, whether that's chaturanga and up dog or dropping the knees and tucking the toes. Chest and the chin to cobra. Child's pose. Down dog. Nice. Sometimes the flow is just so good. Take a full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Look towards the hands, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, so the sides of the feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. Sweeping the arms to the sky, take a bend in the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. So the tailbone is tucked under, the belly is drawn in, the shoulders are away from the ears. Can you allow yourself to soften anywhere in that chair pose? Can you allow the weight to move away from the toes and into the heels? Building strength in the core, strength in the legs, sink the weight a little bit deeper. Two more rounds of breath. Big breath in. A little bit deeper breath out. Last one, full breath in. Fold forward, breath out. Taking a halfway lift. Stepping the left foot back. Dropping the back knee, low lunge. And Vinyasa. Arms to the sky. Just take a moment to set your lunge on. Back toes again can be tucked or untucked, your choice. I'm going to take this slightly shorter and easier because I've injured my left hip groin area, so I'll be taking it slow. Belly into the spine. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. On the inhale breath, can you grow taller in the body as we draw that front heel back towards us? And on the breath out, sink a little deeper. One more full breath in, lift slightly. For half Hanuman on our breath out, sweep the arms back, straighten through the front leg, flip the front toes to the sky. Inhale to sweep and bend into the front knee, low lunge. Exhale for half Hanuman. One more time, low lunge. Half Hanuman, exhale and pause. I'm finding that a lot of people are running at the moment and their hamstrings are so tight. So this is a good one just to do after a run, really. Low lunge to half Hanuman. And also that's how I injured my hip, trying to be cool and doing a 5K run, challenge thing. Full breath in, full breath out to soften. Bend into the front knee, low lunge once again. Left hand plants right arm to the sky, tuck the back toes and lift the back knee, simple twist. Can we keep pushing into this left hand and lifting through the left hip, squeezing our butt on, opening through the chest and the shoulders. Take one more full breath in. The breath out, the hands to the inside of the front foot, heel toe the front foot to the side slightly, lower the back knee, finding our lizard lunge. This might be where you stay. Or rolling over to the outer blade of the front foot, right hand to the right knee. Again, a couple of variations for you. This is perfectly amazing and you can stay here. You can also bend into the back knee and reach around for the back foot, the twisted monkey. You can also, if you've got the space, come down to your forearms. You do you. Do what feels good for you. Stay with that breath. The breath that you choose. The breath that feels good for your body and your mind at this moment. One more full breath. Release the back foot if you have it, breath out. Hands back to the inside of the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Now step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, finding Vinyasa Yogi squat, which might feel super tight so early on. We are allowing the spine to be tall. Try not to hunch forward. Can we keep pressing the elbows to the knees, finding that length through the spine? Might be nice just to come up onto the toes of one foot and then the other, just to loosen off the hips a little more. Hands can come down to the mat if you like. Take a full breath in. Hands down to the mat, fold forward, booty to the sky. Heel toe the feet together, big toes to touch heels slightly apart. Sweep the arms to sky, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Belly in, floating ribs are tucked in, and the tailbone under. Weight away from the toes and into the heels. Breathe. Does it feel a little easier now compared to at the start of the last one? 2 more full rounds of breath here. Last one, big breath in. Folding forward, breath out. Take a halfway lift. The right foot steps back. We drop the right knee, arms to the sky in Vinyasa Lowland. As I said, I'm taking it a little bit shorter, but you go into the depth that feels good for you. The knee stacks over the ankle. Belly to spine. And as we lift, breathe in, we find that lift through the body, the front heel draws back towards us. See if you get this squeezing sensation. The Mula Bandha is switched on. Take a full breath through the nose. Find a little depth on the breath out. One more breath in. Half Hanuman, straighten through the front leg, flip the front toes to the sky. Sweep the arms, bend into the front knee. Lowland. Half Hanuman, exhale, straighten through the front. One more time, bend into the front knee. Exhale, fold forward, flip the front toes. Pause here, grounding the hands if you like. Coming to breath. Those front toes are still drawing back towards the shin. The left hip crease towards the back of the room. And we're channeling breath. Finding that extra millimeter of depth each exhale. Maybe the mind starts to creep in. Can you push any thoughts aside as we bend into the front knee? Left hand plants right arm to the sky, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, simple twist. This right hip lifts slightly, squeezing the right butt cheek on. Look towards the front knees, it's still drawing to the center. Take a full breath in. Hands to the inside of the front foot, heel toe the front foot to the side slightly, drop the back knee. Lizard lunge, your way. If that's rolling onto the outer blade of the front foot. If that's bending it into the back knee, you took that on one side, maybe try and take it on this side for balance. Reaching around with the left hand. And if you do have a lot of space, finding forearms might be your variation. One more full breath in. Release the back foot if we have it, breath out. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step the back foot to the outside of the front, the right hand. Vinyasa yogi squat. The booty sits nice and deep. The spine tall. It should feel a little bit nicer the second time round. Full breath in through the nose. Hands to the mat on the breath out, booty to the sky. Heel toe the feet to hip distance apart. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Rise, stand tall. Palms touch, let's find length. Squeeze the butt on. Mini back bend. Hinge at the hips to fold. Take a half lift. Plant the hands, step back to high plank, your flow, or option to skip it, your choice. I'll meet you all in down dog. Do what feels good. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Toes are pointing down towards the earth. Stay like this just for a moment. Really pressing through the hands, finding length in the spine. Finding the squareness in the hips and strength. And now take a bend in the hip to open, a bend in the knee to open through the hip. Can we keep the shoulders even? Lifting that knee slightly higher. Take a full breath in through the nose. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in nice and tight. Push through the hands, finding that dome through the spine. Foot back to the sky, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in nice and tight. Push it back to the sky. One more time, knee to nose, squeeze, look between the hands, step the foot there. Runner's lunge is a chest lift. We may be on the fingertips. Long with strong legs, like we're starting the race. Take a full breath in. And begin to straighten through the front leg to find our pyramid pose a little bit out. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to deepen. Bending into the front knee once again, inhale. Crescent lunge, let's lift through the core, the arms to the sky. There's that mini bend in the back knee. Are both of the hips forward? Both of the hips. Are the hips facing forward? Do we feel this scissoring action between the legs? And do we feel strong? We're not here for very long, just long enough to get to know your shape, to feel strength in the body, to reconnect to that breath. Take a full breath in. Arrowhead on the breath out, we lean the weight forward, the arms go back. The belly's off the front thigh. And the back leg's nice and strong, like we're ready to take flight. Really grip into the mat with the toes. And inhale to lift off the back foot for Devasana, aeroplane pose. Back toes are pointing down towards the earth. Take one more full breath in. Land back in our arrowhead pose and then bring the arms overhead for thunderbolt. Keep squeezing that right butt cheek on. Stay for the breath out. Warrior 3 as we inhale. Back toes are pointing down towards the earth. Belly's in towards the spine. Feel that strength in the legs. For one more full breath in. Back foot lands at the back of the mat. We inhale for our crescent lunge, just as a transition, hips forward. Take a full breath in. Warrior two on the breath out. Take a moment to find your warrior. We're grounding through the knife edge blade of the back foot. The back toes can either be parallel to the mat or slightly forward. I like mine slightly forward. And the shoulders roll back and down. Deep bend in that front knee. The front knee is drawing towards the pinky toe. Take a full breath in. Sink a little bit deeper, breath out. Flip the front palm, reach forward, reverse warrior. Keep that knee bent and open through the side body. Back to warrior two. Straighten through the front leg, sweet relief. Reach forward, the hips to the back of the room to find our triangle pose. Pause. Option two, shorten the stance if you like. But keep the belly button to the spine and really try to lengthen through the side body. Sometimes it helps me just to really suck the belly in and lift to then find my triangle. Trikonasana. How long can you stay here for before the mind starts to enter in? Can you come back to the breath? Come back to the energy. Knowing you can find softness in these standing poses. You can feel grounded. One more full breath in. Stay for your breath out. Reverse the shape. Inhale, up and back, reverse Trikonasana. Bending into the back knee, we're going to find Skandasana to the back of the mat. So point the back toes to the back top corner of the mat. And as we bend into the back knee, we flick the front toes towards the sky. I'm just going to turn around and show you because I'm the wrong way around. But I don't know if for me it's my Achilles, I think it's my hamstrings, or maybe even my hips that mean that I can't ground this back foot. No problem. No problem. You either can or you can't, or you're just working towards it like me, so we'll figure it out. But you can be high on the ball of the foot. We can place the left hand down in front of the knee and the right arm to the sky if we like, just to open up our shape, to find that stretch. Keep flicking those front toes towards us. Take a full breath in. Hands to the mat on the breath out as we walk our hands to frame the front foot. Simple twist. The left hand plants, right arm to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale to ground through both the hands. Step the back foot to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift, and as we lift, the right knee comes into the chest to find our stork pose. Flex the right toes. Arms to the sky, the belly is nice and strong. Now bring the right ankle to the top of the left knee to find our open eagle. The hands down to heart center. When you feel balanced, begin to bend into the left leg. Keep flexing those right toes back towards the shin. Find your drishti, your spot that's not moving. And just remain there. I always visualize the figure 4 shape that we did at the start of our practice. So it's just that, a little bit different. Inhale to begin to lift up once again. Back to stalk, the arms to the sky. And begin to kick that front leg back to warrior 3. Belly into the spine. Wobble, wobble, 4. Arms are overhead. Take a full breath in. The back foot begins to ground to the back of the mat. The hands frame the front foot. Step back to high plank and move through your flow. And I'll meet you all in down dog. Stay for a breath in. Open the mouth, let it go, release. You can just feel the difference in the right side hip compared to the left hip, I think. Take a full breath in through the nose. Full breath out of the mouth. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Toes point down towards the earth. And just pause there for a moment. Knowing that in this moment we're finding length, we're finding strength. That rhymed. I didn't even intend it to. Take a bend in the knee, open through the left hip. Can you keep the shoulders nice and square? Can the chest draw down towards the earth? Take a full breath in through the nose. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in nice and tight, push through the hands. Back to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose once again. Push through the hands, find that dome in the spine. Back to the sky. One more time, knee to nose. Look between the hands, step the foot there. Runner's lunge is where we land, the chest lifts. Right, we're starting a race. This is where I always make my amendments to my feet, so maybe spread the toes nice and wide. Exhale to begin to straighten through the front leg. Pyramid pose, we pike the hips. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend into the front knee once again. Runner's lunge, bringing the arms to the sky, crescent. High lunge. Are the hips forward? Have you made your adjustments? Is the butt nice and strong? Are your shoulders away from the ears? Take another full breath in. With that breath out, we move to arrowhead. Arms back, shoulders are away from the ears. We're strong in this back leg and the belly is off the front thigh. Next inhale breath, lift off the back foot to find Dekasana. Belly button to spine to support the lower back. On our exhale, release back to our arrowhead, but bring the arms overhead for our thunderbolt pose. Next inhale, warrior 3. Popping off that back foot. Are we strong in the legs? Have we squeezed our butt on? You got this, guys. Exhale to land back in crescent lunge. Arms to the sky. Take a full breath in. Warrior two. Exhale. Find your warrior. Find this length drawing from the knife edge blade of the back foot all the way up the right leg. Look over the front middle finger. Flip the front palm, reach forward, reverse warrior. Keeping that front knee bent. Warrior two. Straighten through the front leg. Reach forward, hips to the back of the room. Finding the length through the side body. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Pausing here for a few breaths. We've got about 5 full rounds. So allow the mind to stay here. Two more full rounds of breath. Last one, breath in. Stay for your breath out. Reverse Trikonasana, lift up and back. Bend into the back knee, the back toes towards the top back corner of the mat. Skandasana. Again, find your Skandasana, lifting those front toes towards the sky, maybe the right hand plant, the left arm to the sky, we open. Finding length through our shape. Finding that stretch down the left hamstring. Take a full breath in. Hands to the mat on the breath out. Creeping the hands to frame the front foot. Right hand plants, left arm to the sky. Simple twist. Exhale to ground the hand. Step the back foot to the top of the mat. As we rise, the left knee in towards the chest, flexing the left foot. Stork pose. Belly into the spine. The left ankle to the top of the right knee, the hands to heart center. Find your drishti, your spot that's not moving. When you feel comfortable, bend into the right knee to find our open eagle. Visualize your figure 4 shape. Inhale to lift through the chest. Stork pose once again. When you're ready, kick that left leg back, warrior 3. The arms are overhead. Take a full breath in. Grounding the foot to the back of the mat. The hands plant, step back to high plank and move through your final flow, guys. When you arrive in down dog, drop the knees, find child pose. Just for 3 rounds of breath, not for long. Last breath in. Breath out. Inhale to lift the chest, walking the hands back towards the knees. Sitting off to our left or right butt cheek, your choice. Ground the feet, bend into the knees, and we're going to take a seated cat and cow, the hands to the shins. Spine's nice and tall. We inhale to dip the belly, the chest shines forward. Exhale to round off the spine. Inhale to lift and dip. Exhale to round off the spine. One more time. Pause when you're finding a little more space through the shoulder blades. Keep the belly switched on. Release the hands from the shins and straighten the legs. Now slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Take a bend into the knees. The feet are grounded on the earth. We should be able to feel the heels here. Just going to move through a few rounds of rolling bridge. So as we lift the hips on the inhale breath, we squeeze the butt on and we roll up through the spine. Imagine there's a block between the knees and we're trying to squeeze that block there. Exhale to lower, rolling back down through the spine. Inhale to squeeze and lift. The palms can be down towards the earth if you like. And the heels are almost trying to draw back towards us. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift and squeeze. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale to squeeze and lift. Pause for the exhale. Take one more inhale breath. Exhale to lower. The right knee or the right leg wraps over the left leg, taking our eagle wrap. Arms come to a T. And we exhale to drop the legs over towards the left-hand side first. We can shuffle the butt to the right slightly. Gaze can be over the right shoulder or closing down the eyes. Bringing out our practice. Letting go of any other energy that won't serve us. Reconnecting to inhale back to center. Opposite twist of the legs here, left over right, shuffling the butt over towards the left hand side slightly and dropping the knees over to the right. Inhale back to center. Personally, I don't feel the need to do a happy baby here, which is wild for me because I do that all the time. But if you'd like to take one, feel free to take one, or simply if you just like to just loosen off the hips, as I'm doing on the screen, feel free to take that, or an inversion, feet to the sky, shoulders down, do what feels good for you. Before we make our way down to our final pose, Shavasana, where the legs are nice and long, the feet are as wide as the mat, heavy, and the palms face the sky. We close down the eyes. We take a moment to send gratitude to the body for how it's moved us, and to the breath for how it's carried us. And I'll leave you in stillness and silence for the next few moments, and let you know when it's time to Allow the breath to rise in the body, filling the chest and the belly. And then begin to make small movements through the fingers and the toes. Maybe circular motion from the wrists and the ankles. Before you gradually bring the arms overhead, reaching the opposite ends of the room, finding that stretch. If you'd like to take a brief moment rolling onto one side, feel free to take that, or simply come straight up to a comfortable seat with the eyes closed down. Spine nice and tall. Close down the eyes. Bringing the hands to heart center in Jali Mudra. We'll close our practice with an easy breath, taking a full inhale through the nose and a full exhale out the mouth. Thank you for sharing your energy with myself and with each other. And we humbly and gratefully bow our forehead to our fingertips and to thank not only ourselves, but one another. We simply say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye, guys.